Our next speaker is someone who probably doesn't need much introduction to the crew here in Chattanooga and probably all over the world. Senator Bob Corker is a native of Chattanooga, was not only a large investor in real estate and other businesses in this community and was one of the first super angels, if you will, in Chattanooga. Also served public office as mayor and was a senator known as Senator Bob Corker. And so with that, I would like to welcome Bob here.
I'm glad you had Shelley come up and speak. I met her last night. She actually knows something about what's happening this morning. I'm the #1 cheerleader here today, and I'm glad to see all of you. I'm glad to see that industry participants are coming together, talking about mutual issues that each of you have to deal with. It's exciting to be back home. I left office almost 3 months ago. I did my first public appearance this morning on CNBC right here from Freightways. They're building a great studio here in the back to be used down the road, but I cannot be more excited than to see what is happening this morning. I know a little bit about transportation in that I was on the board of a public company prior to being in the public arena, U.S. Express. I asked Max last night why in the world he decided to take on being public again. I can't imagine that. I don't know why he has done that, but good luck to you. They seem to be doing awfully well on the private side. But during that period of time, I will tell you, I saw the complexities of the transportation industry, whether it's qualified drivers, appropriate CapEx, oversupply in the industry, fuel prices, regulation. When I left the board, I think I left because maybe I was going in the public arena. I cannot remember. But when I left the board, I told Max and some of the other people at the company that I can't imagine ever being in the transportation business like all of you are in. It's a tough industry with lots of issues. And so when Craig had me over here a couple of weeks ago, I guess maybe more like 6 weeks ago, to show me what he was doing. First of all, he was so infectious just with his enthusiasm, and the team he's put together the same way. But putting together a company that is the place for people to go as it relates to information in the industry, and for each of you to know the trends and know what is happening on a daily basis, to me was fascinating. And then again, to put together this futures contract that's getting ready to go live in a few minutes. To me, it's exciting. As you know, I feel like I'm the #1 cheerleader here in Chattanooga for our great city, as I attempted to do this morning on CNBC. I love what's happening in the entrepreneurial community here. But I especially appreciate this far-reaching vision that Craig has put together. I told him last night that not only was I proud of his vision and his team and excited for our community, I was so touched to see how excited his own father was for what he's doing. And I know you are, and I know all of y'all are glad to be here. So in just a few moments, we're going to have the opportunity to see if this futures contract is going to take off. Anything that can hedge some of the volatility that each of you deal with in the industry, to me, is a good thing. Craig, I want to tell you, when I was doing some research on your company and you, I was talking to somebody who's seen as somewhat of a competitor, if you will. And I called him on a weekend, actually, to talk with him a little bit about what you're doing. And he said, you know, we've had our ups and downs, but I want you to know that every morning I have 3 people in our company that gets up and devours what it is that they're putting out because it's so helpful to us in the industry. So with that, thank you for letting me be here. Craig, thank you for letting me be a very small investor in what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing here in our community. I talked to Steve Case, I guess about a month ago. I saw him often in my former job. Steve Case believes that around America, where we've had tremendous investment take place in the Silicon Valley and some of the other large urban hubs that exist in our country and in other places. Case believes, and he's been pretty good at having a vision of what the future is going to be. Case believes that it's places like Chattanooga, where you've got a tremendous hub of transportation expertise, and now you've got technology that more and more people around the world are taking advantage of. He believes that it's places like this on Market Street in downtown Chattanooga, where people with the expertise, because of all that's happened in the transportation and logistics industry here in Chattanooga, that's where the companies of the future are going to be created because of the tremendous amount of expertise. So I thank you for being a part of that. I thank you for letting me be here today. Craig, I look forward with excitement to, I'm not going to drink the champagne. I've got business to do today. But I am going to hold it up and toast you. Thank you for your great vision and for what you've put together here today.